I have really blanked this game out.
I honestly never played it.
Good. That's all I can just say at this point. Good.
No, I mean it's. I remember like enjoying it enough to where I'm like, I'm just gonna finish it. I'm going to finish this game. It's gonna be fine. But it's forgettable. It's so forgettable.
I didn't play with the GameCube very much to play this. There were a few games I got a chance to play on the GameCube, but not many.
I like the GameCube. I like the GameCube more than I like the Wii. That's a horrible thing to say, but
there are two, or granted 4 games on the Wii that they're some of my all-time favorite games.
the Wii had some good games.
Well,
I won't lie.
We did have a few games, and one of those being one of the best RPGs I've ever played in years.
Xenoblade?
Oh, hell yes.
Xenoblade's good. Last Story is actually pretty good.
No, Xenoblade is fucking phenomenal.
I've yet to play Chronicles. Chronicles X.
Chronicles X is actually really good too. It's a bit faster when it comes to story, but the exploration makes up for that.
Yeah.
Because Chronicles X. All right, you've seen how big a game like Witcher 3 or Fallout 4 is. Yeah, times that by 4 or 5. That's how big Chronicles X is.
Yeah.
And that's just going along, just along the landscape. That's not including how high you can go.
It's the fact that the main character in those games doesn't speak at all.
So
there's something really strange about that series, the Xeno series, and I've never tried to put my finger on it because I never followed as well as I thought I should have. But I remember back in '98 when Xenogears came out, and that blew me out of the fucking water. And then I got excited because they announced Xenosaga for the PS2.
We got a boss battle. This is a boss, by the way.
Yeah, I don't remember this either.
This boss is a joke.
He just runs away.
Yeah, you see, it's so pathetic.
I don't know, the final boss was what pissed me off.
No, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Final boss is one of the biggest cons I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
don't tell yet.
I won't tell. I won't say it.
I know what it is, guys. Let's just not tell the audience.
No, I'm not gonna say anything to the audience. Even,
what were you saying about Xenosaga?
Xenosaga, I was all excited because at the end of Xenogears, if you've played Xenogears, it actually establishes that it's episode 5 in a saga. And I was thinking that Xenosaga was going to be the prequels to it. It was supposed to be a 6-part game, but it ended up going to 3 parts because the games did not sell as well as they had hoped it would.
The second one killed it.
Yeah.
The second game killed it, so they had to condense all that they could into the third game.
Yes, I remember that. So my question, being that I have not played 2 or 3 because my backlog is ridiculous. Does Xenoblade Chronicles tie into that universe, or is it just mixing that all together and starting over?
Xenoblade has nothing to do with the first one.
Okay.
They don't.
So
it's not tying in. No, it's a standalone, but they have. Yeah, Xenoblade is a.
Means to know what the fuck is it?
But it's, they like to brand everything with Xeno and then whatever title afterwards.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, it's just the style, but not the same universe. It's not canon. I'm like,
Xenosaga seemed like it was trying to tie into Xenogears because of the fact that they do have Faye in there.
Yes.
Or id.
Id, but yeah.
Yeah. And they do have Weltall in there. You actually can, in the third game, fuck Weltall, which is fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, it seemed like they wanted to tie it, but because of the fact that, because of everything being shortened, I guess they just couldn't. Not to mention, Xenogears is Squaresoft at the time.
Yes.
Whereas Saga was Namco Bandai. So
well,
they weren't.
Technically, there's
Namco.
Monolith Soft for both, but they're different publishers. But I know what you're getting at. I didn't know you're getting at.
Yeah, they can't. So it's kind of like.
And it's unfortunate too, because that's a massive universe in there that they really could pull together.
It's like Dark Souls and Demon Souls, or Bloodborne, or any of the Soul series, where it's like the creator throws in a few little things to tie in every game, but they're all completely standalone, separate. Like how there's patches and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Which I'm okay with. I love the Xeno series. I played all of them, and I love them except for the Xeno Saga 2. That one was gone.
I hadn't finished Xenogears yet, and
Xenogears was pretty fucking good. It's
yeah, but I had the part that's. But I'm at the level where it's all a labyrinth into the Sky City or something.
Okay, you haven't gotten to the part where it's like, whoa, the narrative takes a really huge twist. Like,
yeah,
it becomes more story-driven and less gameplay. That's like where established what was it? Disc 2 was what established in the original game. Because once you put in Disc 2, the whole way the game is told is through really an awkward session of flashbacks.
Well,
And
you do
it's
know
not bad.
why that was, right?
Well, it was kind of... Well, wasn't it like rushed at the last minute to finish? They couldn't finish it.
It wasn't necessarily rushed, but the director was called away. The same thing with Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
Where the director was called away to do other projects, and so it was kind of left half-baked.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, Square.
I heard the same. I heard a similar story with. Oh yeah,
Squaresoft is known for that.
Yeah, it's the same thing with FF8. Same thing with 8. Because they had this whole like World of Ruin type place they were putting that game, and it didn't happen because they didn't do it. I think 8 could have been better if that happened because 8 was so unbelievably boring. It needed it. Oh.
I could go on all night, literally all night, about everything wrong with Final Fantasy 8.
Oh, I've gone about
the
that many
system
times.
crap, the story made no sense, the time travel was stupid.
Well, that's the thing though. The whole
The
time
gameplay the gameplay worked against you in that game.
Well, the junction system is what destroyed the game because it made the game too damn easy. It's like I'm only level 19 and I'm already 99 hit points.
No, it was easy, but just too damn
Your levels didn't
complicated. Well, level
did not
was
matter
annoying.
in that game.
Yeah,
It was
levels
just
didn't
annoying.
matter. Your characters became god within the first few hours of the game. It's like you were able to junction just right specific spells to different attributes. You're like, huh, I can be an unstoppable beast, and I'm only like a third of the way through the game.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. About the junction system that really fucked it up was the whole fact that it's not necessarily what you equipped onto your character, but all of the items that you equipped onto your character. It's like you could have 100 meteor equipped on your character to give you great stats and everything like that. But if you want to use a strong ass spell, you lessen your stats. And it's like, what the fuck? Why can't I just equip meteor, have that sign to it, and it'd be signed just one meteor, not all of my items for it.
Yep.
So yeah, that worked.
Or like that's why you don't junction Kira or Kiraga to yourself. I gotta heal. Oh shit.
So yeah, that was garbage. And let's not forget the fact of the story. Oh
you
my
need some
god.
help there?
No, I'm just having a... no, I'm almost got him.
Okay,
But
hold you to it.
even the story was affected by the gameplay in the worst way.
Oh, the story was convoluted as hell. It was completely mishandled.
You had the thing. It was, I think, in the third disc. It was the third or fourth disc where all the characters actually run into the orphanage, and then Irvine decides to say, "Oh, hey, we were all kids at this orphanage long ago." Just like to say, I remember all of you, but I'm just going to tell you this. 3 discs into the game.
Yeah, it's not
And it's
over.
like,
I mean, you know
fuck?
this.
It's like, oh, it's because
It's like, you know, buddy, you could have saved us a lot of
It-
trouble. You said something about this in the beginning.
No. What they said it's because you have the Guardian Force, your summons equipped to you. That's why you have temporary memory loss because you have those equipped to you. It's like, well, what the fuck? What if I never had a character equipped anything onto them? How does that make sense?
Plot conveniences. Gotta love that shit.
So yeah, it's like that ties into the gameplay. It's like that makes no sense.
It makes about as much sense as Superman's magic kiss at the end of Superman 2, where he kisses Lois Lane and makes her forget everything.
Yeah,
No, it makes
It's just, I know what you mean.
No, the best what the fuck moment in Superman is always going to be that cellophane S. Nothing.
What about that time that he made the world spin in reverse and he reversed time?
No,
I
ever top the cellophane S scene.
No, the S is the worst. The whole world
That
thing was
does-
definitely retarded. Oh, the S was just, oh my god. I was a 6-year-old kid when I saw that. I was 6. I was like, what the hell was that?
What the fuck is that? It's like, I loved it when Family Guy actually figured that out.
Wrap at your backpack.
And it just disappears, and it's like, and the bad guy's like, just dumbfounded, and it's like, what just happened?
And I was also like, why don't you just throw a whole bunch of those? Throw a whole bunch of them so they can't fly at you. Just be a dick. Just like, I'm gonna be as annoying as possible. Oh, these S's at you guys.
And it didn't. It literally did not. It wasn't even a distraction. Because he did nothing. If he threw that and then took off, yeah, it would have done something. But no, he still just stood there all cocky when after throwing it. Like he just literally did the worst thing imaginable to you.
That's one of the few parodies I got a kick out of in Family Guy. Very few. Where they've added dialogue. It's like, the hell was that? Yeah, take that, you jerk. That was a minor.
It sure stopped
yeah,
you.
Okay. It showed you. Like,
they always went from okay to what the fuck so fast in a few years.
I mean, it wasn't as absurd as it say, like, you know, they all like made holographic copies of themselves around, you know, like, since when did Superman teleport? Who gained teleportation abilities?
Superman will always be known as the biggest Mary Sue in history.
He was he was designed to be.
Well, he was designed to be the ultimate good guy.
No. No. In the beginning, I liked Superman. I liked him up until the animated series. That was the best portrayal of Superman. You know,
Yeah,
he was strong. He was fast. He had laser vision. He had cold breath. Yes, he had all that stuff. But he still looked like he was able to be beaten. Rarely, but he was able to be beaten.
What do you think of him what do you think of him in Justice League Unlimited?
In Justice League Unlimited, that's still the Batman, the Superman from the animated series. So he's still handled with restriction, as opposed to everything that came out afterwards. To the point where I watched the Death.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Alright.
We'll be
Yeah,
here.
even in Death Battle, they were pointing out that Kryptonite isn't even his weakness anymore. It slows him down. It can't even kill him. It does nothing. It is useless. Superman can't die.
You know, it's really sad.
He can't die. He can. What?
Oh no! Go ahead. He can't die.
Yeah, he can't die. He's able to move planets. He's able to survive the sun or survive in outer space. Hell, the animated series of Superman, he still had to wear a suit.
Actually, in some of the comics, he just held his breath in space. They established that, hey, you can't speak, exhale, or anything in space because there's nothing out there. They would establish that, like, well, he's Superman. He just holds his breath, and he's fine. They established that, but in the movies, they didn't quite do that. But you were like kind of okay with it. But I know what you mean. You're still a organism in space that, I'm sorry, you're going to either die from intense cold, asphyxiation. I mean, a number of things can get. The radiation alone could just destroy you.